I would like to talk about Poove Sempoove today from a Western classical musician standpoint. Poove Sempoove was composed in 1988 by South Indian composer Ilaiyaraaja and sang by K.J. Yasudas. I recommend listening to Ilaiyaraaja songs not as a background. You have to be present and pay attention to every second of the song. Okay, let's get started. First of all, it's E flat major, and you know that E flat major is one of the most favorite Mozart's keys to write sonatas, concertos. Such a peaceful beginning of this song reminds me one of the Mozart's andantes. Try to explore that and you will find some similarity. Okay, let's continue.
Poove Sempoove, un vaasam varum, vaasam en vaasam un vinmadal.
What I really love about this verse is that every cadence will end on a subdominant. So subdominant is that unstable harmony which leaves us to a question. So every cadence means an ending of the phrase. So it will end on a subdominant, like leaving us what is next. What is next? And I'm anticipating what is going to become next. Another thing I really like about this verse is that it alternates between major and minor, and then eventually it ends in E flat minor. So that contrast between E flat major, E flat minor is really unique, I felt. The first interlude leaves some gaps in my understanding because it's written in a Carnatic style, or if I'm wrong, please correct me. And I don't have much knowledge about Carnatic music, so if you can explain in the comments what is implemented stylistically and harmonically in the first interlude, please let me know. I would love to learn from you. So the second verse revolves around the primary chord progression, which is tonic, subdominant, dominant, tonic. And this is very typical to the Mozart's andante and second parts of his concertos or sonatas. But one interesting part I found in the second part of the second verse is that Ilaiyaraaja masterfully modulates to a non-related key, which is G flat major. G flat major is the third note of E flat, but it's a flattened note. And I can't stop admiring how masterfully that transition just happened. La 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 la. So from E flat major we suddenly modulate to a distant key, which is G flat major. And genuinely, I honestly would love to learn how to do this in my improvisations, but I'm not there yet. And then he comes back to E flat minor, which is a parallel to E flat major through the dominant. So see what he did. He went to G flat major, which is a non-related key. Then he used the dominant and he modulated back to E flat minor. La 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 la. And then from that point he is going to return back to E flat major. This is just blows my mind. Listen to this. Minor, right? Do you see that? It's a sadness. And there you go. So I tell to my non-Indian friends that you don't have to really understand the meaning of the lyrics. Now, it's good if you do. I always read that translation. But even if you don't, you still listen to the music and you still discover every time something new through this music. So the second interlude is an interesting blend between some modern style music and the Carnatic style. Correct me if I'm right about Carnatic style here. So what an interesting blend between these beats and the melody of those instruments. So the third verse is very similar to the second verse. Also, it does the modulation to those keys, and also it does come back to E flat major. And it ends the way it started, with the peaceful wave-like ending of the song. So I guess that's what I wanted to share with you as a classical musician. And again, please comment below and tell me what I missed. I'm sure I missed something. And let me know what is the other song you would like me to talk about, if you would like me to. So, bye and see you next time.